A tall, lean man with a smooth, smoky voice and magnetic charisma that is Snoop Dogg, hip-hop's living legend. Not just a rapper, he's an American icon, the soul of the West Coast. Yet behind the fame lies a darkness few have seen. After reaching the peak of his career, chaos hit. Loved ones drifted away, 3 a.m. calls brought bad news, and Snoop faced psychological burdens no medicine could fix. The man who made the world dance now struggled with loneliness. What led America's meme king into tragedy? Born Calvin Cortazar Broadus Jr. In 1971, Snoop grew up in violent Long Beach without a father. Music became his lifeline. He was nicknamed Snoopy for his long face and playful nature, a name that would shape hip-hop history. Yet survival meant learning the harsh realities of gang life, joining the Rollin' 20 Crips, and facing repeated arrests. Prison sharpened his resolve. You don't belong here. You have to go outside. In the early 90s, after record labels ignored him, a demo played at a party caught Dr. Dre's attention. Snoop thought the first call was a prank. By the second, he was recording deep cover, and later Doggy Style, a debut that sold nearly 1 million copies and went quadruple platinum. From gang-afflicted youth to global superstar, Snoop reinvented himself continually. Rapper, father, entrepreneur, comedian, even Martha Stewart's TV friend. But 2024 tested him like never before. His daughter, Corey, suffered a severe stroke, leaving Snoop grappling with helplessness and grief. He stayed by her side, silent, refusing food or light, haunted by the thought of losing her. Then, weeks later, his brother and confidant Bing died suddenly. 2 blows that shattered the man the world called unshakable. From Long Beach streets to the global stage, from laughter to heartbreak. Snoop Dogg's story is one of survival, reinvention, and enduring tragedy. Bing was more than a brother. He was Snoop's anchor through every mistake, every near-death, every secret he never revealed on stage. With Bing, there was no need for swagger, no persona, no pretending to be Snoop Dogg. When Bing died, Snoop didn't just lose a brother. He lost the only person who knew every dark corner of his life. The world saw a black and white photo, a few lines of thanks on Instagram, but they didn't see the empty kitchen where Bing once made coffee, or the sofa still carrying his cologne. Messages went unanswered, screens showing only "delivered," a cruel echo of fate. Snoop had been familiar with death for decades, the deaths of Tupac, Nate Dogg, DMX. But this was different. This time it pierced straight through his chest, touching the 2 people he would have vowed to protect at any cost, his daughter and his brother. Fame didn't shield him. He still had to perform, smile for talk shows, pose with fans, and keep the Snoop Dogg brand alive. But inside, he felt hollow. Nights were spent driving aimlessly through Los Angeles, silent, music off, nowhere to go. Friends noticed a quiet Snoop, not calm, but lost, unsure what else to do. These tragedies reopened old wounds. Losing his daughter and brother mirrored the pain of his childhood, abandoned by his father, growing up amid the violence of Long Beach, surrounded by loss and uncertainty. 2024 didn't just bring grief. It dragged Calvin back to the place he feared most, resurrecting scars he thought were long buried. What people see is the hip-hop legend, the meme, the fun uncle. What few see is Calvin, the boy who feared abandonment, who grew up hardened by streets and courts but utterly defenseless against illness and death. There's no verse to save a loved one from lupus, no charisma to revive a brother. All the armor Snoop had built against the world shattered before the hospital, before the phone calls. The public never witnesses this domino effect. The past and present colliding, old trauma amplified by new loss. Snoop survived bullets, gangs, and trials, but family pain leaves no armor. In 2024, Long Beach returned, not as a city on the map, but as every memory, every fear, every childhood wound demanding attention. And for once, Snoop was silent, stripped of jokes, smiles, and performances, facing the raw truth of loss. No more Uncle Snoop, the persona the world adores. At that moment, the man standing there was Calvin, reliving a lifetime he spent half trying to forget. Beneath the legendary Snoop Dogg was a broken man, wrestling with grief, fear, and the scars of a violent childhood. The paradox of fame is that the cooler you are, the less you're allowed to show pain. Snoop Dogg is a brand, a cultural asset, the hip-hop uncle who makes the world laugh. Sponsors expect happiness. Shows expect wit. Advertising contracts demand perpetual chill. Any sign of exhaustion could jeopardize careers, campaigns, and livelihoods of dozens who rely on him. Even when his daughter lay in a hospital bed or his brother had just died, the mask had to stay on. Sunglasses hid sleepless, red eyes. Half smiles masked heartbreak. And jokes kept the boundary between the legend and the man from Long Beach intact. To the world, he was invincible. To Calvin, it was a curse. Coolness made him untouchable in the public eye, but it also robbed him of vulnerability. Two devastating losses in 2024, the near death of his daughter and the sudden death of his brother, hit him harder than anything in gangs, courts, or fame ever had. The mask felt suffocating, yet giving up wasn't an option. Faced with the abyss, Calvin made a choice: change. Snoop no longer glorifies violence as in his early years. He speaks of life, forgiveness, and family, determined that hatred, fame, and tragedy would not claim what remained. What once seemed like gimmicks, reggae, gospel, slow melodies, became therapy, a way for a survivor to heal. Rap saved him in Long Beach. Faith and music now sustain him through his 50s. Pain taught him lessons fame never could. Life taught Snoop that time is too short for grudges. After so much loss, hate had no place in his heart. He reconciled, fought less, and let ego take a back seat. What looked like maturity was really survival. The hardest hearts often become the kindest. Snoop transformed from survivor to guide, mentoring young artists about fame's hidden dangers, sharing lessons earned through tears and loss. At 54, he no longer chases charts or awards. He asks only whether his actions make life better for others. Pain became purpose. Darkness became light. Behind the famous grin lies decades of struggle, which fueled a lasting legacy. Through the Snoop Youth Football League and Special Stars, he has given thousands of kids a chance he never had, including children with disabilities like his daughter Corey. Once a criminal icon, Snoop now stands as a national treasure, carrying the Olympic torch in Paris, his charm shining as a beacon of hope and survival. No longer an outsider, Snoop became a bridge, a source of laughter, a steady breath of America. His calm, mellow voice reflects a peace only those who faced true sorrow can know. He doesn't run from the past. He uses it to love, forgive, and guide the next generation. Tragedy hurt him, but it didn't break him. It taught him kindness. Snoop's story is not just heartbreaking, it's profoundly human. A man who suffered deeply, yet rises to protect others, leaving a quiet, enduring triumph where darkness never defines him. All analysis and commentary in this video are based on information available at the time of production. Content may evolve and should not be seen as definitive. There is still more to explore: stories of legacy, truth, and resilience. Check out our top recommended videos now appearing on your screen.